Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's community conversation. I'm Lieutenant Governor Dan McKee, and we're here every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, to talk about things that are going on in our communities and around our state, all our 39 cities and towns. And tonight, we're going to have a really great program. What a better way to talk about the holiday spirit and the Christmas spirit than with my friends from the Community Angels. I get to be designated as a community angel too, so I'm happy to be wearing the hat tonight and bringing on people who are really involved in in the community of Providence in particular. But it represents those generous efforts all around the state of Rhode Island. When I first got introduced to the Community Angels several years ago, it really reminded me of the work that we were doing in the town of Cumberland, and my dad did when he started the Boys and Girls Club, working with young families, young boys and girls, and supporting their efforts and providing them with the support that our young people in the state of Rhode Island need and deserve, and bringing a great deal of joy into their lives as well. So we're going to talk about that briefly. I do want to mention the things that I talk about each program, each time we have a community conversation, the importance of our schools, our education. And we know that the impact of the virus, the COVID-19, has had a significant impact on our schools and the students that attend our schools. And it doesn't matter whether you're in private school, a public school, or a charter school, or a mayoral academy. Right now, whether you're a minority student or a non-minority student, doesn't matter whether you're high income, low income, moderate income, our students are losing valuable learning time right now because of the COVID. And our school districts have more than that what they can handle just to try to do what we're doing right now in a hybrid virtual setting. About hundreds of hours of learning time are being lost, and we need to be really intentional about how to make up those learning hours. One of the things that I'm suggesting that we do is something I did as a mayor, which I started a municipal education department. It still operates today. Mayor Murray after me and Mayor Mutter after Mayor Murray in town of Cumberland, which will be the beginning of our 15th year this year. We were doing pre-K before pre-K was even talked about. 52 weeks out of the year, art, music, math, science, reading programs by retired teachers and underemployed educators working year round with people that live, young people live in our town of Cumberland. It's made a significant difference in terms of our education in the town and our school district. It certainly has helped our school district really advance and become a leader in the state of Rhode Island. At the time I opened up the office, we had our own problems in our community of Cumberland. We had a couple failed elementary schools and a middle school that was in real danger of failing as well. Yet today, and one of the reasons is that Office for Children, Youth, and Learning that was able to open, that the town council and I were able to open through ordinance in 2007. Wouldn't it be great if we had 39 of those in the state running 52-week education programs, intentionally strategizing, customizing the need to the young people and families that live in every community in the state. That's one way we can catch up on those hours. And if we don't catch up on those hours, I can tell you that the data, the stats show that not only the students will have will suffer from that economically. Their earning power is going to be impacted if we don't catch up on those hours of lost learning right now. Our local economies will get impacted. The families will be impacted, and our state as a whole is going to be impacted. It's really worth the effort. So if you have ideas on education, you want to share those with me, you want to come on to our community conversation and talk about that important issue, just call our office, 401-272. What do we got? Now I keep on remembering again, 2371, I think it is, right? Yes, there it is. 222-2371. Give our office a call, email our office. We've set up a special email account, ltgov20@gmail.com, for all the interactions that we've had, whether it's small business, whether it's issues of family that need some food, or whether it has to do with health issues, or any issue that is impacting the state, contact our office. We're still answering the phone. We still man our office every day. And I have a staff meeting every morning at 9:00 virtually with our small but powerful staff. And so give us a call. But yeah, that education one's very important. But we're not here to talk about that tonight. We're here to talk about the Community Angels, one of my favorite volunteer groups in the entire state. And some of the organizers are going to come on with us today, and we're going to talk about how the Community Angels started and what it's doing today and how it had to improvise this year because of the COVID in terms of helping families in the Providence area in particular, but also the surrounding areas. So, Ben, please bring on our guests. I think we have Rosa here tonight. Yeah, Rosa. Hi, Rosa. And Isabel is here as well, one of the Angels. Carol is here as well, and Edwin is joining us. And Edwin does a great job of videoing all and photographing all the efforts over all the years that I've known that the Community Angels have been around. Oh, and Senator Quezada. I see Senator over there too. Honor's on as well. That's great. So, hi, Ana. So, Carol, why don't we start with you? Because it was your mom, and, we've lost your mom, but she's still warm in our hearts. And this is something that we do as much for her as anyone. And, my dad was a lot like your mom, started a boys club in our town in the 1950s with John Poddington, who ended up being the public safety director in Providence for a number of years. And my dad died in 86, but every time we talk about the Boys and Girls Club, or we honor my dad in the same way we honor your mom when we talk about the Community Angels. I'll put my hat on for your introduction. Carol, thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, but then also what you and your family with your mom did several years ago. And hopefully we're going to be able to show a photo of the Santa workshop that you set up in your house on Sumner Street, right off of Broad Street in Providence. Welcome, Carol. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for taking the time to chat with us tonight, to be this community conversation. Like you said, Community Angels was started by my mom, the late Laura Rodriguez. My mother just loved her, and so she got her friends together. Some of the friends that are here tonight: Senator Quezada, Edwin Méndez, Isabel, Rosa, Pedro Espinal, and a big group to give to the community. She wanted to make a difference, especially in the lives of children. So she just put her friends all together and started what it's known as Community Angels today.
Yeah, thanks, Carol. And, I want to give everybody a chance to introduce themselves and what the Community Angels mean to them, but also kind of, the presence that they have in the community as well. And I see Senator Quezada there. I don't know whether we got a good connection with Senator, but if we do, Senator, welcome. I have my Community Angels hat on. You are one of the guardian angels for sure in your area that you represent beyond. So thank you so much for being here. Introduce yourself a little bit as a senator, and then also as an angel yourself.
Good evening. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and thank you to all Community Angel. Carol cannot say it better. I'm state senator for District 2. I represent Providence, and I'm very happy to be able to represent the community. But to be part of the Community Angel and for Christmas time, remember Laura, this was her time. She loved Christmas, and she always wanted to see children smile. And that was one of the reasons we wanted to continue her, celebrate her, and to remember Laura, how she was and how happy she was every time Christmas was coming. And she started planning Community Angel event every year. And, it's I'm here. The reason I'm in my car because on the leaflet for some family, the Providence Center, they send us like 4 or 6 family, and I just make the delivery now. And that's why I'm in the car because we need to do it before the 25th. Then, well, that's not community angel that we're still not done yet. But those are the angels. I'm very happy. But I want to say thank you because since we started this, you being a big part of community angel, you always been there for us. I cannot say it now. Carol, she do a great job, and she worked so hard this year and every year. Thank you, Carol, for everything you do, and Isabel and Rosa and Edwin and other community angel. They really make a big difference for families. And I'm very happy and proud to be part of the community angel.
Yeah, thank you, Senator. And you were just like I was involved with the Angels before I was a lieutenant governor, and you were involved before you were a senator. So, and we'll be involved after I'm no longer a lieutenant governor, and after no longer when you're a senator, way down the line there. But yeah, your leadership, and then I know that you extend past the Angels in terms of we actually helped out a child care center, you and I, along with George Ortiz, and along with what's called the Closed to Kids, which is Eva Mancuso, who has a shop that she opens up to families to do shopping in a mall over by the Sanchez High School, I think it is. Yeah, we were able to help Sandra Lake and her crew there. So you're on the outlook for anybody that needs help, and you're providing that help to many people, Senator.
Well, we do whatever we can do to help anybody, and that's something I have to say. Last night, Carol was still doing bus family. They for one reason or another, we wasn't. She was doing delivery last night, and those things that we like to do. Both kids were very happy. I was there today when they were getting the present. Same to you for getting those children. So I will send you the pictures. They were
Nice.
so proud of all the toys and everything that they received from you. Thank you, Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about a lot of the partners that we've been able to bring in, Senator, that make all this happen. But Rosa, say hello to everybody, and I just for everybody's information out there. Rosa's been on the program with us before, and I get to work with Rosa every day as a member of our office, and so Rosa, welcome. But you were an angel before before you were we started our work at the State House. So tell us a little bit about your background and a little bit about the Angels, and then we're gonna introduce Isabel and Edwin as well. And then we're going to put a couple of pictures up so people can kind of see the scope of this work. It was unbelievable. I think if we show some pictures, it'll tell a picture's worth 1,000 words. But Rosa, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Good evening to everyone that is connecting with us. Gracias a todos Los Angeles that we have a bunch of people watching us tonight, part of the Angels and the South Side are connecting with us this evening. We just a part that is representing most of them, the community angels. And like you said, you are an angel yourself, Lieutenant Governor. And believe it or not, that's how we met for the first time in action. I have my wings. I was an angel before I met you, and then you became an angel for the community and the state of Rhode Island. So thank you for this opportunity, because it's important that people know who we are. The Community Angels is a group of volunteers from the community helping the community. And I will let Isabel to say a little bit more of that, because she's been from the beginning with us too. And so is Edwin too. Edwin has been able to record from our meetings to the toy drive, and also the giveaway when we have it throughout the years. Very happy to be part of this group. It's a blessing in our lives, especially in this difficult time. And I owe to the Angels to be able to be working with you. I believe that it was a miracle that I was there that afternoon when you showed up and we got introduced for the first time, and ever since we have been working together. And for that, I'm very grateful that the community angel has a significance in my life, because I know how hard it is, especially now, to provide some kind of relief and happiness, even if it's just for a few minutes, to the families that we serve. And even though we are a nonprofit, we don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
This is made of love, and love from the community to the community.
Yeah, it sure is, Rosa. And, we're going to show up some pictures and give an idea of what's happened over the years. And Carol's going to be able to tell that story, and as well as everybody else here. But no one's going to be able to tell that story better than Isabel, because she's been right on the, as you said, she's been there right from the very beginning. So Isabel, welcome. Please introduce yourself. And we're going to get a little bit more into the particulars of what's happening, but introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and the Community Angels, and why it's so important for you to continue to do this, God's work, this effort to connect with families in the Providence area, in particular on the south side.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Hello, everybody. My name is Isabel. And I've been here since day one, yes. But I'm still here because of Laura. She's the one who be keeping me here, doing this work that we do. And it's so great to see those little kids, when we give them the toys and everything, they got so happy. So that makes me be more happy. Even with my broken arm, I've been working in there. Yes, but it's a pleasure. I've been so happy. I am so happy to be an angel. I am really happy to be an angel because of this.
Well, Isabel, we're going to throw up some pictures, and we're going to start explaining, what we're describing right now, but when we show up at least the picture I brought in, hundreds and hundreds of young kids with their families show up at Laura's mom's house, and it gets converted into a real Santa's workshop. And the piles and piles of toys and clothes that are been donated that end up in all levels of that 3-tenement house, and then gets distributed by a large group of people that are real supportive. So, and you're one of them. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to share this because we're going to tell people how they can help the Angels too as we go forward, as you go forward with different efforts and different ideas that I know are on your minds and clearly on mine as well, in terms of how we continue to help families throughout the state, but also in particular in the neighborhood that Laura was so dedicated to. Edwin, say hello. Edwin, unmute yourself. And you are the I guess you're like the historian in some ways, because your camera's there, your video's there. You are documenting which I think is going to be a very interesting PBS Ken Burns documentary, someday, where somebody's going to actually talk about the Community Angels and how they started and what they grew into. Because I think that not only is what's happening right now, Carol, with the work that you're doing and your mom started, but it's got tremendous amount of possibilities as we move forward, especially with some of the issues about leveling the playing field and all the justice issues that we need to do, and making sure that everybody has a great opportunity, a great chance. So that works ahead. But Edwin, please explain some of the work that you've done and why you've been involved and as well as documenting this really extraordinary work.
First of all, good evening to everybody, and thank you, Lieutenant, for sharing this spot with us, with the Community Angels. When it comes to me, it's very interesting because I want to say that I'm very grateful to the Dominican community, because it's through them it was like the open door, so I can start working with doing this type of work and helping the community. I started doing this work with the Guatemalan community, with the Guatemalan Center, and they met me and they know me because before I used to work for a radio station, but I used to do a television program in the least access channel, and everybody met over there, and I was like the photographer of the village. And the person that invited me to be part of this wonderful group His name is Carlos Taveras. So he was the one that brought me along. And he says, Edwin, I need you to help. I didn't know much about graphic design, but he knew that I could work with the computers and doing this type of work. So he was the one that brought me along, and we were the one that at home we kind of designed the logo that I still have to work on because we took a picture for somewhere else, but I gotta work and update the logo of the Community Angels.
Yeah, and Edwin, I just want to focus a little bit more before we start showing some photos, and then we're going to just start describing what people will see on the screen.
Okay.
But you have a whole media, business as well. But you volunteer your time to document this, and you're recording these events. You're getting the pictures of these young people with their smiles on their face, right? And just tell us a little bit about what drives you to kind of. I mean, I appreciate the effort that you put in when I see you there, and I'm there not as many hours as the rest of you, but I try to spend time. But I appreciate the fact that you are doing, consistently recording what is happening there. So what drives you to be that type of volunteer, that you're volunteering your time to do this wonderful work for young people and their families in the community?
I'm just very humbled to be part of this wonderful group. I'm very grateful to God, thanks to my grandmother. And my grandmother pretty much taught me that to be involved in things that make a difference and to things that are important to be part of. And when I noticed that I could be useful, and I noticed that I had this type of knowledge and that I had the equipment at my hands, I put it to the use of my community and try to make it as fun and beautiful as I can put it. And
Yeah.
I do it this with all the passion, with all the love, and I do it for them.
Yeah. Well, I think that speaks well of all the angels. Ben, could you put up one of the pictures either I've sent or Edwin sent, and then I just sent you a little picture of a young lady. This is the activity that happened outside 2 years ago, and it gives you kind of a sense of the scope. Oh, good. We have some pictures there. Great. And then show the picture of the one that I sent with all the people that are there. I think I sent one earlier today that shows all the. Oh, there's the angels. Oh my God, there's a core group of the angels right there, right, with some of the people right at Laura's house. Oh yes, I remember that one too. Oh yeah, Santa shows up. This gives keep on showing the photo so people can see, and then we'll make comments on it. But you're kind of getting a sense of the core group and the people who are working, to deliver the different toys. Yeah, we're at at Sandra's place, and here you guys are delivering toys right to people's houses. Oh yeah, there's Carol. Yeah, yeah, and the senator herself. So, oh my God, even no, there's the picture that I want to keep on the screen for a little bit, please. That. And again, that's a picture I think I may have taken. It's certainly not very professional. But Carol, describe that Sumner Street. That's a street that got closed. That you historically have shut down. Our local police, state police partners come in to help make that happen. But tell me what you're seeing when you see that, and your mom's vision of bringing all these people together, celebrating Christmas as a community, but then also receiving toys and coats and clothing. Thousands of people, right, Carol?
Yes, so thousands of people come to our annual toy giveaway. And we like to call this a holiday celebration that is open to all families. We want everyone to come and enjoy, whether it's some pizza, hot chocolate, pictures with Santa, to grab a toy, coats, winter gear. And it's all completely free for all families. And we have artists that come and sing for the children, and dancers, and a lot of entertainment while the families are there. But it's open to everyone, not only families in Providence, just families across the state can come and enjoy the event every year.
Yeah, Carol, a few years back, I was just walking the line, I think handing out some hot chocolate or something like that. And there was some people from my hometown of Cumberland there. Oh, there's Louis Strata too, one of the big original Angels with the T-shirt with the logo. But yeah, you're reaching, you're building not only the communities that you have there, but what I call kind of like you're bringing communities together. By bringing people like that from all over the state in a lot of ways, but in particular, the families that need that help, right?
Absolutely. For me, I'm very proud of the work of the Community Angels, because we host the biggest event in the state out of the south side of Providence. For me, that's very important because it gives people the opportunity to come to our home, to our neighborhood, and meet the wonderful volunteers and people that live, work, and volunteer in the south side of Providence every year.
Yeah, talk about a couple of the sponsorships, people who participate. I'll talk about, people that I've been able to bring to the table. But you had a core group of people there. Oh, there, that's my buddy Joe Palacina. So tell us a little bit about the people that have been supportive, Carol, of this event.
Absolutely. So we've had partners since we began, and others have come join us throughout the years. But we partner with Lifespan, Gingerbread, the DeRamel Foundation. Guillaume DeRamel has been a star in Community Angels. He helped put Community Angels together, and he has been one of our great partners for many years. We also partner with the Institute for Labor. And Bob Delaney has been great to us, helping us reach out to other partners. The International Laborers Union with Gina Sabatoni. We just have great partners that each year help grow the event. Our statewide elected officials, from Governor Raimundo to yourself, your Chief of Staff, Tony Silva, the General Treasurer, Seth Magaziner, our Secretary of State, Nelly Gorbea, and then some of our local leaders who have always supported us. The mayor from Providence, Mayor Lorza, our City Council President, Sabina Matos, Councilwoman Carmen Castillo, who's from our ward, Ward 9, Pedro Espinal, who's not only the council person for the ward next door to us, but he's also part of the Community Angels team.
Yeah, Congressman Cicilline's there every year as well. So you have some broad support from elected officials. I've seen Mayor Fung at the event many years. So we keep put our political signs, on the street, and we work together. You've also had some other pretty good corporate sponsors, right? In terms of, I believe Job Lot has been a big help.
Job Lot Charitable Foundations, they've been great to us each year. We have to reach out to a lot of different organizations because of the volume of items that we need. Sometimes just from Lifespan, we get about 3,000 to 4,000 toys each year. And then Gingerbread will probably bring in 500 to 600 coats. The DeRamel Foundation will bring in up to 1,000 coats each year. So we have a lot of different partners that work together to make this event happen. Congressman Cicilline was the first elected official who became a community angel. And then after that, everyone started joining our group, and you've been part of it since the beginning as well.
Yeah. So, and then I know that we all are bringing our different networks together. I brought the Marines in, right, with David McLaughlin. I'll just mention his name. David is someone who did Toy for Tots in my town for years. He's a former Marine, and he's been unbelievable in Cumberland. And then when I called him up one year, because you had so many people show up, Carol, that we ran out of toys. I called David up and said, David, you got to come down here and help out. I think he brought in like 400 toys that year, and he's been doing that every year, probably double that, right? So that brings in parts of the state that I think is kind of warming, quite frankly, to be connecting our different communities. But David, and you've got to know David pretty well as a result of it.
Absolutely. I mean, thanks to David, we were able to support so many families this year. he probably came to deliver toys 3 or 4 times, because we kept getting more registrations and more families asking for help. Just so you have an idea, this year we served families in 7 different cities.
Yeah.
In Rhode Island, and it was this has been probably the smallest event we've ever had. And this year was a little bit different because we had to register families, something that we never had to do before, and we did contactless deliveries to families.
Yes.
Different areas.
I know. I'm going to have Rosa talk to that a little bit, because in our office we've had the what we call the there's Laura. There's Laura herself and I love the basketball, so I was bringing basketballs that year with your mom. So in our office we have inherited a program that around the holidays we call Operation Holiday Cheer, and that is Charlie Fogarty started that when we we were indoors last year. Look at that for the people watching this, and I know that we'll have hundreds of people who watch this, and this will reach thousands of people. We went inside last year because of the rain, and at a drop of the hat, everybody figured out how to make it work. And there we are in the high school, right, Rosa? What's the high school name there? Is that the Sanchez? What high school are we there?
No, that one will be Alvarez.
Yes, right, Alvarez. Yes. Yeah. That's right up by the kids to close the kids shop that we had Sandra Lake's daughter at this week, getting some clothes for her, the childcare kids. But Rosa, we did the Operation Holiday Cheer, and we had to change it because of the COVID this year. And we still did the packages. We're still collecting a little bit of money on our goal. Up there's Tony with the jackets. That's another adoption in our office. Tony and his family. Tony's our chief of staff, adopted the Community Angels this year. Yeah, he didn't know who the Community Angels was until I introduced him to the Community Angels. But now he's all in. So he said, I'm going to get jackets because they need extra jackets. He filled his whole pickup truck with jackets, and then he brought them on down. So that's the type of spirit, Carol, that your mom started, right? You're bringing people together. But Rosa, so we had to change our whole format on that Operation Holiday Cheer. We're raising dollars right now with the Military Family Relief Fund. We're approaching 40,000. Our goal was to get 50,000 before the end of the year, and we'll extend that if we can't get there. We'll get to the 50,000 one way or the other. But we also had a change. We had hundreds of people that volunteered to put those packages together. Very similar to the Community Angels. Thousands of people would come in on Sumner Street in Providence off of Broad Street. By the CVS, by the way, if anybody's trying activity start. But this year was different. So explain the challenges and how the Community Angels, and I want Isabel to kind of weigh in on, like she just said, she's still doing delivery. So weigh in on that, of what challenges this year had and how did that look this year to keep that tradition alive and the whole memory of the Angels going forward to make sure that we don't skip a year, right? Yes. Laura would not like us skipping a year. Carol, your mom would not like us skipping a year. But so Rosa, just explain a little bit of the challenges we had because of the virus and because of the social distancing. But as Carol indicated, how you were able to create a successful year this year.
Certainly, COVID has come to change our way of making and doing businesses in the state of Rhode Island and the world. And the Community Angel has been greatly affected by it. But we are the Community Angels, so we have to find a way to make it work, and we did, along with Isabel, who is going to be talking a little bit about that. The challenges that we encountered this year are many and very susceptible to our community. But we found new angels. Every year we keep on finding new angels. That's why I want to thank Anthony Manfredi, because he was instrumental in bringing toys, because we always in the need of toys and jackets and gloves and scarves. So every year we discover new angels. Every year everybody gets new wings. So Anthony Manfredi was one of those angels that surfaced. At the same time, Anthony Silva, our chief of staff, was also one of the angels that gained the wins this year. So we decided as a group, Isabel, Senator Quesada, and also Carol, we got together and we sit down and talk about how are we going to be solving all these challenges. And we decided that we will make a list and adopt families. And we did that. And we hired new angels to do the delivery. And Isabel and Carol has a lot to do with the coordination of that. And like we do every year, and as the problems were coming, we're still making deliveries, believe it or not. We're still able to help some of the families. We don't have, and Carol is going to corroborate with me that I wish we have more money to give more, but this year have been a challenge. Many of the donors have been forced to give less because they are trying to survive. Our businesses have been hit hard, and it's the challenges that they have to survive during this pandemic episode. It's far and so painful because even though if they want to help, they're not able to help as they have done previous years.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but we have a lot of angels that have helped
Yeah.
us along the way, right,
Well,
Isabel?
yeah, Isabel, tell us a little bit about the challenges
Yes,
this
we
year
did.
and how you approached that, because you were able to keep the keep this tradition alive, and you're still helping many families, just a different way.
Yeah, we didn't want to stop. We said we had to keep going because this is, we have to do it, right? So we changed this time and we did it different this time than any year. So the people was registering and we started cutting all the family and we went crazy. We still giving toys, but it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Everybody was happy. It was not like the other years that we did it because we did it with thousands and thousands of people. But this time we did it. We did something at least, so they can
Well,
be
you did.
happy.
Yeah, well, I was following it, and I did stop by, on the 19th over the weekend, and I could see the bags going out and the people delivering it. I saw Seth there, Seth Magazine. He was there supporting, and so I think in our way, because we are trying to make sure that we're staying safe and following, certain safety guidelines, but in the same point, you didn't let that stop us, Isabel. 2020 is going to be remembered as a very special year because you and the angels were able to keep this, this effort alive that has helping and bringing smiles to, as I texted Dave McLaughlin, over the weekend, because he said, I got 8 more bags, Dad. I'm delivering them down there now. And I said, well, again, David, you don't see all the smiles, but I can tell you that all the work that's being done by all the angels and all the people that Carol and Rosa were talking about, including Anthony, you're bringing smiles to young kids' faces, and you're creating, a community at the same time. Now, Isabel, did you deliver with your broken arm this year at all? Huh? You delivering?
I was so happy. Yes, I went to deliver 3 houses, and they was like when they see I was with another one of the angel with me, and he had a hat. And when those little girls see us, they started jumping. Oh, Santa, Santa, Santa! It was so like, oh my God, my heart went down. It was wonderful. We even went to East Side. East Side, we went to deliver too. A lady,
Nice.
she was so happy with those little kids. It's a pleasure to be doing this.
Yeah, so when I tell Dave or Anthony or Tony Silva or whoever is that just kind of experiencing, well, David's been involved with the Angels now for years, but Anthony, you're bringing smile to young kids' faces, right? You just said that when you show up, what's their reaction? You just kind of said it, but tell us a little bit more about maybe one of the visits that you had when you delivered those toys to a family.
I don't think she was able to hear you, but I can tell you, I have a lot of the delivery guys and girls. They were sending pictures of the families and how happy they were. And one of the really cool things about this year is that some of our delivery people were elected officials, community leaders, and community angels volunteers. So Mayor Elorza was knocking on doors. Community leader Gonzalo Cuervo was knocking on doors. Treasurer Magaziner, Councilwoman LaFortune. We had Mayor-elect Maria Rivera knocking on doors in Central Falls. So it was great to see so many of our leaders joining this effort. Something that we also did with the leadership of Senator Quezada, Councilman Espinal, was that we visited 3 different schools in Providence, and we did a toy and coat drop off to those schools. One of them was Saca Street Elementary, which you as the Lieutenant Governor sponsored some of the coats with Lifespan. Then we did Gilbert Stewart and Roger Williams, that was sponsored by the General Treasurer, Seth McZener, and Councilman Pedro Espinal, along with Lifespan and the Di Ramel Foundation. And the principals were just so happy. We were saying, we apologize that it's not what we're used to always, providing for the kids. And they were overwhelmed, telling us that they were surprised that we were able to do so much during this difficult time.
Yeah, Carol, you have, and you've improvised, as Isabel and Rosa have said, to really do this community outreach. But what I see, and I want to ask Rosa a little bit to explain, because meeting the community, the Dominican community, let's say in particular that Edwin was talking about. I saw Mayor Policina's picture there from years past. But Rosa, this is where I think that the Angels have got this unbelievable future, because the connecting communities has been something that I think that your mom and you and all the original Angels really figured out that was an important thing to do. And now you're extending those communities past the South Side communities. As you said, we're delivered to the east side of Providence, but you also now have delivered in 7 different communities. So connecting the communities, Rosa, just tell us a little bit of the experience that we had with Senator Quezada and yourself, Mayor Policina, the town of Lincoln, with the Haitian community. But I really see this growing out of the Angels, right? In terms of, Joe Policina, he thinks that he's your adopted, cousin or something like that right now.
Yeah, he is.
In the most Italian community in the country, he'll go with. But just tell a little bit of that experience about the fire truck and the governor coming and you creating some of the translation for them. And I think that's a byproduct of the Angels, one that we can be proud of.
It is. It's amazing the result that we have from doing this community event by the community for the community. And we have been able to reach the 39 cities and towns that we serve. Like you always said, all the communities are important, and the community within the communities are important as well. And we have seen through those long lines all kind of people. We've seen all kind of donors, all kind of helpers, the Santa's helpers throughout the years. So we have seen so many mayors coming. Even though they are mayors in different cities, they have come to us and they have break bread with us. And people appreciate that so much, because the sense of community is overwhelming. And from there has many other relationship has developed to the point that we do have a little piece of heart of the Italian community now in the Dominican Republic through the Johnston mayor. And Mayor Policina was so gracious to make a donation to the Dominican Republic in the form of a fire truck and a rescue that we got from the town of Lincoln too. So this is also some of the repercussions that we get. Some of the positive that are coming out of working in community for the community. And I am very, very happy and proud to be part of this group, because we have been uniting the community in a way that we can only do. And this is not something that is about any particular political party.
Yep.
We help each other. We just human being helping other human beings. And we have put together our community to work for the community. And you see all the volunteer faces. It's the satisfaction to bring happiness, even if it's for a day. We have many events, community angel events, especially this one at the end of the year, where we have been in outdoor with temperature less than 30
Yeah.
degrees. And people, we said that we're going to start at 12 noon, and we have people from 7 in the morning waiting in the lines. And in one of the years that Laura was still here with us, coordinating this event, even during her chemo treatment, she was coordinating. She never stopped. Even the last breath she took, she made an effort. Something happened that last year when she was part of the Angels. She was in her bedridden, and she got up. She got up to see her people, and we prayed for her, and she cried for the first time. She's not a person that will show that kind of emotion, and because that was the happiest day of her life. That event was her life. She loved to see the kids smiling. Santa was always there. We always have hot chocolate, pizza, food, all kind of things. Even artists, Emerson Brito, which
Oh
I
my
have.
God, Emerson, yes.
Oh,
He
I
would
have
dress up. He would
him
dress up. Oh my God, he'd be the best dressed.
all the time.
Yeah.
He
So
dressed
Rosa,
for the occasion.
Rosa, we're getting towards the end. I want everybody to give a kind of a last thought about how people can help the Angels, right? I mean, one of the things that I really have grown to appreciate is that, for instance, like a Dave McLaughlin, who was a friend of mine that didn't know anybody in the Angels, but a few years back we introduced him, and I introduced him, and now he feels so comfortable to going directly to Carol. He doesn't have to go through me anymore. That's great.
No, he doesn't
Mayor-
even call me anymore.
Yeah, Mayor Palestina, the same thing. Mayor Palestina, we introduced him, through the Dominican, and then yet he's calling me up the other day and saying, Dan, I know you can't make it, but we're giving another vehicle out to the Dominican. Then I'm bringing everybody together. This is the way. This is your mom, Carol. This is your mom's legacy. That it's starting to bring people together, and especially at this moment in time when it's so important that we, that this whole equity and equality and really, valuing everybody. That's so important. But that's what can happen. Isabel, just give us your last thoughts about what you see the Angels doing going forward and how people might be able to help. And I'll ask Edwin the same question. I'll ask Rosa, and I'll finish with Carol on that one.
Okay, I think that they can help us. They can volunteer. They can give us give us some more toys for the kids, and we're not going to quit. We're going to be here, and for many, many years more.
Yes, thank you, Isabel, and thank you for your leadership. There's leaders all around the state that work on these things, but there's special ones, and I think the Angels represent that, and you as an Angel really do represent some really special, really warm, hot from the heart type of effort to help people. So thank you for that. Edwin, tell us what you see from the Angels, and not the role that we already talked about. Your role, you're the historian. You're documenting all this. At some point in time, I'm telling you, you're going to want to tell this story, because it is going to grow and grow and grow to be more as things happen. It's going to become more and more apparent that something very special happened 8-10 years ago when Angel Tavares was very involved at the time, and that's, I think, that we'll say that the name Angel, part of it came through Angel because he was involved in early on as well. But Edwin, what do you see happening down the line for the Angels, and how can people help? Oh, you're muted, Edwin.
Yeah, here we go. Sorry about that. What I see, it's a wonderful role and a wonderful example that these leaders are setting up for the new generations. And I think that is wonderful to set up an example for the new generations. And I want to take the opportunity. I don't know if it's possible, if I can share my screen and share a video that
Good, let's do it.
It's only like a minute.
Okay, let's see if it works.
works.
If not, we got Ben in the background. He might be able to help us.
True.
Oh,
If you
open
share-
system. For instance, is it going?
No.
Can you see it?
But if you share,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, there you go. Share.
I
Not
think
yet.
that people watching this
Can you
might be
see
able to.
it?
We can't see it unless you give it to Ben. I think Ben has to put it up.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
Well, share it.
Okay,
Share it
no
with the-
problem.
oh,
So
Ben,
what I see
you're
is
here,
that,
right?
Yeah, so Edwin, if you hit share screen and then go to full screen,
yes.
we can do it that way. Or if you drag the video into a Chrome tab and then share Chrome tab and share audio, we can do it that way. Yep, drag the
Chrome
file
tab.
into the
Oh,
Chrome
we did a
tab.
little lesson here. That's good.
Oh wow, we're learning here.
Okay, let me see. Hopefully, I don't know if it's going
That's
to work.
okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it right.
Well, Edwin, you keep on working on that, and
A
we'll
little
get back
bit
to you.
challenging.
We'll end the community conversation with that video because we'll figure it out. Rosa, tell us a little bit about what you see coming down the line and how people can help.
Yes, I think this is going to be successful for next year when we have COVID under control. I trust that we are going to manage to get COVID under control and that we're going to be able to live the new normal. And along with all the community angel, people will be more prone to help because we have been forced by the disease to work together. But this time around, with the new leadership in our nation, we are going to be successful. We are going to do more for more people. Just this year, with these 7 more cities, it's not just the south side of Providence. And even though we did it in the south side of Providence, people from all around the state of Rhode Island came to our doors. And we're going to be continuing to do that. And I'm imploring everybody to include us in your budget. Include us in your budget for next year because it's going to be greater. And it's because of you and all the volunteers that every year come together to bring a little bit of peace and happiness and gifts and food to the communities helping the community. And that's the message. It's going to be better. It's going to be greater. And it's going to be so much fun and lovely because everybody is going to participate and hopefully without the masks.
Yeah. So thank you, Rosa and Carol. So give us what you see, down in the future for the Angels work, and then how people can help.
So, Community Angels, we are open to new volunteers all the time. Our meetings are public. Prior to COVID, we would host a meeting, every week, maybe 6 weeks out from the date of the event, just to kind of give people some tasks and things that they needed to do. I just want to real quickly say that about a week ago, one of my friends from work reached out to Senate President Dominic Ruggiero. We had some families over in North Providence, and within a couple of days, we had the donations for 10 kids in North Providence. So as long as we continue to have great leaders, people that are willing to help, Community Angels is going to continue to grow. And we don't ask for much. One coat, one pair of gloves is going to keep a child warm. So people don't need to feel like they need to donate dozens of coats or toys. Just one makes a big difference in the community. They can reach out to any of us via Facebook. They can follow our Community Angels Facebook page and send us direct messages if they want to be part of the group, they want to volunteer or donate. to Community Angels.
Carol, thank you so much. And, and anybody that's watching this or, as this gets shared out and they want to get in contact with the Angels through Carol, they certainly can call our office. We can pass that along. They can email us at that LTGOV as well, so that people can see there. And I see, I really see you when you bring in families together like you are, you have a great opportunity to communicate to them. And, I think you have just single important message this year in terms of the safety issue. By not bringing people together, you delivered a message that, no, we need to make sure that, we really do everything we can to keep our families safe right now. And that means, stay in your homes and be with your family and know that there's people outside your family that really care about you. And that's what you showed this year, Carol, by doing this, right? You followed the important safety guidelines to keep families safe, but at the same time, Isabel and Rosa and yourself and Edwin and the whole team and Senator Quezada, that whole team, they basically said, but we care about you. You may not see us in the same way. You might see Isabel knocking on my door, right? And some some joy there to the kids. But you did that. You did that this year. You showed people you care. And at the same time, you responded to the safety issues that matter. So, you have this incredible ability to influence families. I've talked to you a little bit about what I'd like to do is sit down and talk about education issues, because those education issues are so important to those families. A number of the families you're working with are families in need right now. The thing that changes the trajectory of the income in a family is the education. And we want to make sure that every one of those young kids that you delivered a toy to gets the education that will put them in a spot where they can be an angel, and then they can give back to their communities when the time comes. So that's the one piece that I'd like to continue to work with the Angels on, is because you have this audience that really trusts you, they respect you, and this year indicated that in a dramatic way, to tell you the truth, a very dramatic way. So thank you so much for your leadership there. Edwin, are we having any luck with that video? I don't know. If we do, we'll kind of.
We didn't. I didn't. I'm sorry, and I apologize. But I'm going to take the opportunity to mention all the members who are not also present here, like Carlos Taveras, Pedro Pichardo, Bienvenido Freres, and all of them. They really give themselves to the Community Angels and to the community, and it's just wonderful. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely scroll them down at some point, and all the people that have been involved. And Laura will be at the top of the list, but
Yes.
The Angels will follow her lead in a way that clearly speaks to her fantastic legacy in the community. And I can tell you, if we have anything to do with it, Carol, it's going to expand just like you're doing right now, and connecting these communities. So important. People, somebody mentioned breaking bread with one another. You break bread with enough people, the whole conversation changes. When, people that I've introduced you to have they're good people that would love to help out, but they never knew you. And so they feel, there's not a comfort level there. Once they know, and you know them, now all of a sudden, bang, good things happen. So I want to just say to everybody here, make sure we have a really peaceful and healthy, holiday and Christmas and whatever our religious belief we celebrate, to everybody out there. And thank you for your leadership on this very, very important effort by the Community Angels. And I hope that people who are watching this get the sense of what an impact you're having on not just a few, but hundreds and hundreds of families over the years, thousands of families. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are an angel, and you're part of this group. You have been for the
I got my hat on.
Yes.
Carol, my hat on Saturday.
Thank you so much for being part of our Community Angels, and Cheyenne as well. She has been part of the Community Angel from our office. And thank you to all of the volunteers that are watching right now. If we didn't mention your name, please don't take it personal. But we
text
thank
us
you
something right now. We didn't mention your name.
So thank you so much for all your help and everybody's support. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Governor, for allowing us to do this for our community and for helping us and sharing the love.
You got it. The best is yet to come, everybody. Merry
Thank
Christmas. Stay
you.
safe. Stay safe.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah,
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad. You
And
got
be
it.
safe.
Thank you,
Thank
Isabel. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Carol. All right, that's just a sampling of the angels, as Rosa and Edwin said. There's many more, and we thank them all for being involved. And like I said, I think the future is very bright for the community angels. I think that it's a connection that can be made in all 39 cities and towns in the state of Rhode Island, just like it happened with Mayor Policina and Johnston and that whole crew there, and also in Lincoln and beyond that. We've got other communities that are going to feed into that effort and that spirit that the community angels bring to the table. So thank you so much for tuning in on this community conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to learn more about the community angels, contact our office, email us, phone us, give us a phone call. And we appreciate everybody who's been listening. We'll be back next week with another community conversation. And of course, on Monday, we'll have another town hall on small businesses, many very important things that are happening there that we'll share with, the people around the state of Rhode Island. So until we say hello again, stay safe and enjoy. And this is the time. Let's count our blessings. You see our Christmas tree in the background in our house. This is the time to count our blessings. We have many, and the community angels, one of our blessings. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Military families serve too. Show them you care. Give help. Give hope.